Nuke is one of my favorite maps in CSGO, and right now FURIA is playing some of the most exciting CSGO I have ever seen on this map. So today I'm going to be breaking down some of my favorite FURIA tactics straight out of their playbook and showing you how they are redefining the way that Nuke is played. Let's get right into it. FURIA has a really strong T side because they use a layered approach to each round. They start every round in the same way with basic utility towards outside, or towards squeaky, or towards the A site. They have a few different openings, and they use this significant amount of utility in the beginning to mask what they are doing in a certain round. This makes it extremely difficult for the opponent to read into what they're doing, because they can't rely on what utility they use to determine the outcome of the round. This tactic is extremely effective, and they even use it in their pistol rounds. As we all know, pistol rounds are one of the more random aspects of CSGO. The pistols are not super reliable, and because they are accurate while running and jumping, there are a lot of unpredictable things that can happen in these rounds. I really like the way that FURIA approaches this though. In this first pistol against Movistar Riders, we can see just how much FURIA invests in utility. And normally you wouldn't see this much utility being bought up, but FURIA make very good use of it. Keep in mind the initial utility that FURIA use here. They nade open squeaky door, they smoke midi, and they molly top hut. So let's call this the first layer of their pistol strat. Next, FURIA are going to smoke heaven, molly back site, and flash onto the A site. And this is the second and final layer in this particular round, where they execute the A site and secure the round. Now, this type of execute is actually pretty unconventional on a pistol round, but as we take a look at the second pistol here, we can just see how effective this approach is. Against Big, FURIA are going to set up with the exact same utility at the start of the pistol. The door nade, the mini smoke, and the top hut molly. This is the exact same first layer that they ran against Movistar Riders. And this is going to give Big the illusion that FURIA could be running the exact same pistol as their previous series against Movistar, and you can see this reflected in the way that Big set up here. They have a lot of players on this A site ready to receive the hit. However, even though the first layer is exactly the same, FURIA are going to change up the second layer, and instead they drop through vent with the second wave of utility, opening up the lower site. And while this round ends up being a lot closer, it ultimately ends up being a pistol victory for the Brazilians. So this is just one example of this layered approach, and you can see how difficult it is to read into this, because you can't assume where FURIA are going based on the utility they use at the start of the round. But before we continue, I'd like to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Market.CSGO. Market.CSGO is one of the largest CSGO marketplaces in the entire world, with over 90,000 daily trades. Right now, they are working on a brand new UI design, which we can actually check out by clicking over here. As you can see, the new site is looking very, very nice. So from here, we can just log in through Steam and start checking out the skins. Let's say I wanted to grab this Desert Eagle Code Red. All I gotta do is click on the item, and once we get to the item page, we can see what kind of stickers are on the skins, what the float of the item is, and also the price history for this specific item. But what if I wanted to sell my skins? Well, all I have to do is click on my profile and click on sell items. From here, I can easily select the items from my inventory and also select the price that I want to sell it for. Market.CSGO also make it super easy to deposit and withdraw with a bunch of different payment options available. So if you want to buy and sell skins, check out Market.CSGO using the link in the video description. The key to FURIA's T side comes in their outside smokes and the plays that they make around them. Typically, FURIA are going to use the smoke wall originally popularized by Na'Vi. And the reason this smoke wall is so good is that it gives you more options. You have considerably more space to take control of outside, which allows you to either cross the secret, lurk mini, lurk garage, or simply just fake this outside presence altogether. And this is exactly what FURIA take advantage of. As I go through this example, notice how much control FURIA gain outside and how they basically just suffocate the Movistar defense at the end of the round. FURIA's outside smokes combined with their extensive utility make sure that they can't be picked off while setting up. The utility from yuurih controls back red, and the flash from safe clears close, and once the smokes fade, the flash from drop at the end here allows FURIA to completely take over the yard. Later in the round, FURIA are just going to simply split the A site through heaven and lobby and mini, basically giving the A site players no chance at all to hold the take. Now, this isn't the only way that FURIA use these smokes. Using these smokes early and then taking ramp is another beautiful tactic that FURIA employ, and I really want to highlight the way that they take the ramp. So this ramp take from FURIA is one that I have personally never actually seen before, and is honestly pretty genius. So kscerato is going to line up on this side here to get this molly behind the headshot box, and then he's going to throw 2 flashes to get his team into ramp room. The first flash is for hell, and the second flash is basically for everything in the ramp room except for the close right side. At the same time, Art is going to throw this super unique smoke which acts as a lurk smoke, and notice how he can line this up through the smoke as well. The smoke combined with kserato's utility allows Art to find a free kill onto tabseN while blocking off the potential trade from Crimbo. And this is what makes this ramp take so strong. You basically break any potential crossfires from bottom ramp and hell, which is a significant part of what makes ramp difficult to take. With these kills, FURIA is able to completely take over the ramp room and the lower site, leading to the round win. One of the most common pieces of utility for the CT side to throw is this deep outside Molotov. The reason that this is so meta right now is that it offers a solution to the early outside control from T side. By throwing this molly so deep, the T side has a few different options. They either have to waste the smoke on the molly, run through it and take 50 damage, or they simply have to wait it out, which is then in turn going to force the T side to have to run to secret, as the T side outside smokes would be fading at that time. So to sum it up, it's really strong. But FURIA have a counter for this, and it's very, very creative. Basically, Art is just going to run boost yuurih over the blue box outside. Now, this not only makes the outside molly irrelevant, it also gives yuurih a great timing to get the close mini, which he makes perfect use of. For the CT side, you would basically never expect a player to be this close to mini this early in the round. So with yuurih receiving a run boost over the boxes, he is able to abuse this timing where the CTs are caught off guard. And he does this so many times on the T side. Now, I think that this one play is a little bit more gimmicky. I think that CTs are going to catch on to this play specifically later on. But I think it's really cool that they have come up with a way to counter this outside molly. Now, I have seen this a couple of times before, I believe, but this is the first time I've seen a team make such extensive use of this run boost. So overall, I've only really gone through a fraction of FURIA's T side. They have a bunch of other tactics and strategies, including vent drops, A side executes, A side splits, and so much more, but I'll definitely be going on for hours if I were to cover everything. Hopefully you get a pretty good idea of how FURIA play Nuke now, and honestly, they have improved so much. I feel like their Nuke could be extremely dangerous even against the top teams later on in ESL Pro League. So that's the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like to let me know, and subscribe for more content like this. Peace out.